1 second. So I'm going to be using eggplant. I'm going to use 1 eggplant. I'm going to be doing a very small lasagna at the moment. So just 1 person or like 2 persons one. And I'm going to be using chicken. So this is like luncheon meat. I'm going to chop it into smaller pieces. I'm going to use tomato. I am going to use onion. So this is just a eggplant that I have already cut into. For the spices, I'm going to be using garlic, and I am going to use parsley. So what else you can actually use is that you can use oregano, because oregano is also very good. And I am going to be using paste. So what I have done here is that it's just tomato paste, and I added chicken broth in it just to make a paste out of it. And the other one is that I'm going to use tomato paste. So I'm going to tell you when I am actually doing it, and I'm going to use 2 different kind of cheese. I'm going to choose Parmesan, and I'm going to use mozzarella. So, okay. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to cut the eggplant. So while I'm actually doing it, I'm going to let you guys know a bit about the eggplant. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So eggplant by itself also has some water in it. So what you can do is, and the other thing is that eggplant is a little bit bitter. So what you can actually do is that when you cut the eggplant, you just keep it and put a bit of salt in it. Just sprinkle a bit of salt. That way, the bitterness is going to be taken into the salt. So it's not going to be that bitter at all. So one other thing actually you can do is that when you put salt like that, the oil which is inside the eggplant is also going to be taken. So that's the best part, like putting out the excess oil and also the bitterness out with the salt. So while when you want it to cook, you can just clean the salt part out and then use it. Okay? The audio is a bit distorted. Okay. Let me put the volume high. So I'm going to speak a bit louder. Okay. And I'm going to put the camera also a bit closer. Is it okay now? Thumbs up? Or chat loud? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So one other thing about eggplant is high in fiber. So I'm going to cut it into thin slices. Okay. We can use this part also. I'm going to cut it in thin slices. So eggplant is high in fiber. It has antioxidant, and it has vitamins like vitamin A and C. So it's healthier, and it also helps to, antioxidant actually helps to prevent diabetes. So it's also one thing that helps to fight the chronic diseases that we have. So eggplant is also one of the things that actually break down sugar into fine really well. So it also helps people with diabetes. Okay, so there's a lot of benefit with the eggplant. So rather than actually using the flour, like the pasta part, you can actually use a healthier one. Okay, so you can use the eggplant. So I'm not going to be using the salt to put the excess bitterness and the oil out, because I'm going to toast it for like 20 minutes. Okay, because it's going to help. Later onwards, you're going to be eating it like 40 minutes to make lasagna. So it helps, it makes the time less also if you are roasted it or baked it with So one other thing you can do is that since it has the water in it, so you can cut it. So see, so when you just put the, I'll show you. See, so the water also can come when you like to do it. Give me a second. Okay. So you can put the excess water up. I'll just put it. Okay. Give me just 1 second. Okay. Give me 1 second, ladies. Just 1 second because my mom actually wants to put the TV on. So I'm just going to let her know that we can just put the TV on when the session is done. My mom is not feeling well. So say hi to everyone. Say hi. So she's not feeling well. So she's just going to ask me a lot of things while we are doing this session. Okay. 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 Let's go back to the session. Yes. So put the excess water out and you're going to use olive oil. Okay. We're going to put olive oil in it and we're going to bake it for like 20 minutes. Okay. Just a little bit. Okay. But then it's in my hand. Just gonna put it everywhere. The smaller parts also because if you're using a smaller plate for the lasagna, you can use the smaller parts. And you can use a bit thinner also. If you want, but it's okay, it's fine also after this. Okay, so I'm gonna throw in a few more. Just a little. So the best way to use olive oil is not heating it up. So I'm just gonna put it for like 20 minutes. Okay. So we're gonna put it for baking for 20 minutes. So meanwhile, we're gonna saute the paste part. Okay. So the first I am actually going to do the onion. So we'll just dice the onions in smaller parts. So what we can do is that I've already made this out of it. So we're going to use this part also. So one thing I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to saute this. I'm going to fry it out and I'm going to use the blender to blend the whole thing out. Okay. So that is actually not going to make you bite on the onions. But when you actually saute the onion with garlic and salt, it gives you a really good taste. And also with parsley. So
Who's
anyone who doesn't,
Avi?
Avi is my niece. Okay, those are the buddies that I have in this house today. They're having fun in the room. So gonna be, as I said, it's okay. Okay. So I'm gonna use one onion. I'm not gonna use much. So one thing it is that if you have done too much of the paste, you can use it in a different way also. Just little. But one thing you can do is that you don't have, if you are not so comfortable like doing it dice, since you're going to be using the blender later onwards, You can just cut it anyhow you want. Just try it out. Okay, okay, so after this, I have seen the lunch. Okay, so this one also, if you're using the blender like onwards, you just don't have to like cut it into smaller dice. You can just cut it also. And the other thing is that you can use normal chicken, so you don't have to use the plantain one. You can use normal chicken. So I just don't want to use the beef most of the time. Lasagna is beef since it's a red meat. I do not want to use the beef, so when you use the chicken, if you are actually a vegetarian, you can actually omit this part and not use a chicken or any other. You can use another kind of protein in it. Okay. Okay. Gonna use one more. I like the meat tasting it. If you guys have a question, you can just go ahead and shoot. Okay. So this
I have a question.
yeah, no, go ahead.
All this time, actually, I thought we can't use luncheon meat or salamis. So I'm now seeing that you're using luncheon meat. So is it allowed to use like luncheon meat?
So this is how you're going to do. So remember our coach Zidu's nutrition class when she actually talks about the fat. Give me 1 second, okay, baby? Give me 1 second. So what you can do is that you can actually like read the label. And if the label are incomplete, as she was explaining in her nutrition class, you should not be using it. Okay. And that's the reason why I was like telling you guys that eggplant is quite healthy, but I am actually using cheese also today. So it's not going to be like an everyday meal, but this is the month of Halloween. You're going to be having a family dinner. You're going to be enjoying a lot with your family. So that is one thing you can do in your holidays once in a while. So we enjoy every kind of food, but we use healthy means of like making all. So luncheon meat we can use, but make sure you read the label really correctly. And the best way of using is not the luncheon meat, but the yes, exactly, a healthy cheating meal we can have.
Okay, thank you. It's good to know that actually it's okay for us to use it. Like,
Yeah, but not too much. Okay,
okay, noted. Thank you.
not gonna be good. So today this one will have a lot of cheese. So while I'm gonna be eating, I'm gonna tell you about cheese. So that is, I am going to tell you why you should not be using cheese too much, not like in every day. Okay, so we can use this, but not every day. Okay, and make sure when you that's the one thing is that when you buy these things, you need to read the label. You need to make sure the fats in it is correct and the amount of it is correct. Okay. Okay, so let's start this. When you use just a bit of oil, just a small. Okay. Let's add heat a bit, heat on medium, okay? And I'm gonna add garlic. love garlic. So I usually add a bit. I just put the heat a bit low because garlic actually is gonna burn a bit faster than the other. Okay. So let's make it a bit. You guys can see, right? Okay. I'm not gonna use the tomato because I've already made the paste out. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you how I did it while I'm editing. So you can actually make your own paste also, like the whole base of it by yourself rather than actually buying the lasagna sauce. You can make it yourself. Okay. Okay. So I'm actually gonna look a bit taller now. This is trick. Okay. So the trick is that the short people actually have a small chair like this. Okay. So we can actually touch our cupboards by using smaller chairs like this. Okay, so let's add lancet. Okay. And the other part is that salt is going to be the tricky part because if you use too much of salt, yes. So if you use too much of salt, what is going to happen is that when you use cheese, the salt part is going to be too much. So just add a little bit of salt. Okay. Okay. Just a little bit of salt. Okay. So 1 teaspoon would be perfect. I'm going to add the paste. Okay. So what I have done here is that I just used the paste, tomato paste, and then I added a bit of like chicken broth just to bring out the taste of. Okay. So add this.
Ifa,
Yes, yes.
what else can I add other than eggplant? For example, is there anything we can substitute for eggplant?
In fact, yes, zucchini. You can
Zucchini.
substitute zucchini.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
really good. Yeah. And now the paste, tomato paste. So what I have done is that I use raw tomato. I dice it, no, cube it actually a bit bigger, and then I like baked it for I salt, and I baked it for like 10 minutes so that it's going to be a bit softer now. So after that, I put it into the blender so that it's going to be mixed. So that's okay. So this still doesn't actually looks like the lasagna paste because it's not the beef, right? So not the grounded beef. So what we are going to do is that we're going to actually use the blender to make it look like this. Okay. So I'm going to let it go for a few minutes. And I'm going to add the parsley. So the other thing that you can use is oregano. Okay. So you can use oregano other than parsley. If you don't like the taste of the parsley, you can use oregano. For me, I love the taste of parsley. So that's the reason why I always use parsley. Okay. So I'm gonna, okay. You guys can see.
Coach, if I have a question.
Of course, of
Instead
course.
of
Go ahead.
luncheon meat, we can use chicken or tuna too, right?
Yeah, perfectly. Because other than luncheon meat, the perfect substitute is going to be the raw chicken or the breast. So you can just chop it into smaller dice, and you can do the exactly same thing that I am doing here.
Yeah,
And you can use
makes
fish also. And the other thing you can use is that you can use the fish can. You can use the tuna fish can also if you want. So if you do not like the taste of the chicken, you can substitute it to fish also. So anybody who is not actually a meat person, a vegetarian, they can definitely use omit that part. Okay.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah. Okay. So this is actually done. So one thing I'm going to do is it's going to be a little bit risky one. Okay. I'm going to switch it off and I'm going to bring the blender. So here's the thing. When you actually blend it, when it is so hot, it's like what happens is going to be that. So when you put the lid on, the lid is going to come push up. And if you really do not hold the lid, it's going to go into your whole hand and face. So it's going to burn you guys. So the best thing you're going to do is that you're going to do it slowly, like pulse. Blend it in pulse. And the other thing is that if you really have time, you can let it cool it down first and then blend it. Okay. Okay, so let's blend it. So when you actually blend in the soup also, okay? So after when you do the soup, when you wanted to like make it like a thick one, you do the blending, right? But when you blend, make sure you do not burn yourself. Oh, just one thing I always do is that I let it cool down so that I do not actually burn. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, you're gonna do pulse, okay? You're not gonna do the whole thing. So you're gonna hold it tighter and do the pulse. Oh, do this little pulse. See, it's gonna come up. So if you are not holding, this is gonna put your hand, it's gonna burn your hand. So just a little pulse. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, you can help me. Okay. It's gonna be, see, 22 seconds. See? Easy, right? Just set it up. Open the heat. Then just you can taste for the salt also. Okay. Okay. So what you can do is that you can use foil papers, or you can just use the tray. Okay. So foil, when you are using foil, you cannot use foil for oven. Oh, sorry, foil for the microwave. Okay. You will not be able to use for the microwave, but you can use this for oven. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna let it cook. So meanwhile, we're gonna actually let's go for the slides. Okay. Shall we go for the slides? Coach Fab? Yes. Okay. So okay. So these are actually our feet clouds, the physical ones that we have in Malaysia, all over the Malaysia. So you can actually go for your, you can actually go and have join the feet. So you can actually go and go for the feet club physically. And if you're visiting in Malaysia or if you're living in Malaysia, you can just go ahead. Okay. And the next one is going to be our online lifestyle hub. So when we actually had COVID, the best thing, one of the best thing that actually came is that we had our online classes. Okay. So we have our fit hour, morning fit hour, as well as we have the evening fit hour. Okay. So I have a little helping hand here who is actually stirring it up while I'm doing the slides. Okay. So we have our 5 a.m. our wellness self-development class, and we have our master classes. So all the evening fit hour, we have our master classes. You've got to join so that you can learn your yummy shakes actually. And we also have our nutrition session in every Sunday, which is really, really important. One that is actually it gives you amazing tips. I have to tell you guys, you just have to join every Sunday. We also have our Wednesday. We have our Wednesday cooking classes. So we get amazing recipes like this. Okay. And yeah. So these are our transformation programs that we have. So we have our Lean and Tone project. I have to tell you guys, the first program that I joined was Lean and Tone program. And I joined like 2 seasons for it. And then I joined our 21 days fit session. So that is the 2 thing, Lean and Tone project and 21 days fit challenge. So after that, it's not the end of our program. We definitely have makeover project, which is actually 8-week one. You wanted to go further turning up. That has to be your next step actually. So 2 seasons of Lean and Tone program and 21 days, 1 season, you'll be eligible to join makeover project. And the best part of it, that after makeover project, that at the end of it, you get an amazing magazine cover picture. So the next one is going to be body transformation challenge. So after like that toning up, the next one definitely is going to be the abs, right? So you can actually see it here, even the amazing abs. So next is going to be your body transformation challenge. So it's also an 8-week challenge, and it also gives you beautiful photo sessions at the end of it. Okay. Okay, so what else do we have, Coach Fatu? Okay, yes, we have our October and November month promotion. So this month we actually have 30 ringgits promotion. So you get a voucher of 30 ringgits when you buy, and you have a very amazing coffee maker for our October and November month of promotion. Okay, is that all, Coach Fatu? Okay. Okay, so let's see what we actually got. So let's actually put it on and I'll show you guys how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. So it's going to be hot. So oil is going to be easily warmed up. So don't put it in your hand. Okay. Okay. We have our eggplant ready. Really hot. Give me one. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. So what else? We're gonna put more salt. Okay. And the other part is cheese. Okay. So we're gonna use two kind of cheese. We're gonna use mozzarella and we're also going to use Parmesan. Okay. So I may be spelling it incorrectly. My brother-in-law always tells me that I spell it incorrectly. Just give me 1 second. When I finish my session, I'm going to help you. Okay. You can use one more layer. Give me 1 second, baby girl. So you can just push it in since it's gonna. So this time I'm gonna be using a little bit thin layer. Okay. Okay. We have our fit hour after this session. So definitely you guys join the fit hour, and then afterwards for dinner you can definitely have this one. Since I'm not using any carb, this is a perfect meal for dinner. Or cheese. So yeah, I was going to tell you guys about the cheese. Cheese is also, it has healthy quality, but what happens is that cheese gives you more saturated fat than olive and the monarch one. So actually, that's the reason why I was telling you guys not to use it every day, like not everyday meal. And I'm using, we're not going to be shy on it today. So this is going to be perfect for, okay. So this is ready to put into the oven. Okay. So as I already made one, let me show you guys. I've already made one. Lasagna. Okay. So shall we take a picture? And I'm going to cut it open.
First, can we turn on the camera so we can take a nice picture with Coach Ifa?
Yeah. Hey. I can't wait to actually open this one up. Okay, so let's see. See how it looks. Okay. It smells really good. Okay, here you go. Can you see? Okay. You guys see? Hmm. Okay. Is it okay? You guys can see?
Can we have one more picture?
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Coach Ifa.
Okay. So how do you guys like the session? It smells really good. I'm telling you, it smells